backstage here at Inside the Ropes Live with Goldberg. I'm joined here by my good personal friend, the man who could kill me with one hand, Bill Goldberg.
Alright.
How are you?
Good.
I know you did an interview maybe 2 weeks ago, and Roman Reigns was a name who had come up as a list of opponents that maybe are potential for you from other people's side of things.
Absolutely. And they say it in a way that if it were possible, and if the stars aligned, and you were to choose of one person on the current roster, who would it be? So it's just it's not a lead-in. It's just.
Do you? And when I say I don't mean that you're angling for it. I just mean in terms of people would like to see it.
So you need to be specific when you say that, because these people on the freaking internet, they turn everything around. And unless I specifically say that it's this way, they're going to turn it one way or another upside down. And tomorrow there's going to be a stupid ad in the wrestling something that says Goldberg wants a match with so and so.
Do you foresee though, and this is a question I think a lot of people have got, if you came back and did something else, would you like to do it on a 6-month program? Is it more appealing to you to do something long term or shorter term? Because we see maybe a guy like The Undertaker comes back and does one shot or whatever. Is there something that's more attractive to you as a concept?
Not really, because I haven't thought about it. I mean, I look at everything as a sequential deal, and my sequence ended at Mania. So I'd have to get my juices flowing and think about what I'd like if that were ever to be the case. But I wouldn't like to be a one and done kind of thing if that were ever the case, and whatever. But I think it's anticlimactic. I think the fans deserve more than that. And hey, originally when I came back for one because that's all they offered me.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar obviously turned up at UFC, which was this great angle with Daniel Cormier.
I was there too.
You saw it take place, and I just wonder from your perspective. You know Brock better than anybody, and we're in this kind of flux period of wrestling fans. Is he going to stay with WWE? Is he going to UFC? Do you think when he does stuff like UFC 226, that it kind of it's another layer to show you how great he really is?
Absolutely.
Show
me another guy who can do it. Show me another professional wrestler, professional football player, or a guy 51 years old that's not a professional race car driver that can drive up the hill at the Goodwood. Now, I did hit the wall, but it is what it is. You got to have cojones, you got to have special ability, you got to have desire to do certain things. Brock is a different human being. Brock's a guy who reinvents himself all the time and who capitalizes on opportunities that others don't have the cojones to capitalize on.
Hulk Hogan has been reinstated with the WWE. Great news. People were talking about it and stuff. We had a conversation before where you said second chances are something that people should get. Do you think with Hogan now it's something that can be a positive thing in terms of how you put that out there into the universe?
Well, if WWE didn't think it could be a positive thing, he never would have been reinstated.
And in terms of, we talked a little bit about it on stage, undefeated streaks. With your undefeated streak that you had, Asuka's undefeated streak recently, you mentioned something I thought was quite interesting on stage. You talked about creatively now you feel like in terms of your mind creatively you could come up with stuff, whereas before you wanted, it was your job and you did your thing. In 2018, what do you think the atmosphere or the climate is for an undefeated streak? Is it a long-term thing like what you had before in WCW? Is that something that can still be done today? Are attention spans shorter? Where do you see the sort of general atmosphere within wrestling fans for a streak?
I think you got to be creative. That's all. If you have a way to do it and to keep it fresh and to keep people on the edge of their seat, then you do it. But if you don't have the capability of putting a program together and realizing what could happen with the direction of a program and having an alternate plan B already in place so that if it derails, you've got a way to go, then it can't be done. But I don't really follow it since I left by any stretch of the imagination, so I don't really know at this time what the climate is, what could work, what couldn't work, but I know kind of the fans, and their attention span's kind of short. So I don't know if it could work or not.
And I'm not going to name the name, but somebody who, a pretty famous wrestler in the UK has said to me privately on a few occasions that you gave some great advice to them. And it's advice that they say changed their career, and they have their career has really altered the last kind of year or so. Is that something that when it gets to a point where you don't want to get in the ring anymore, you don't feel that you can do what you did before? Is that something you could do? Would you like to add something where you can kind of teach younger guys what to do? Is that something you'd be open to?
Oh my God! Yeah, I teach older people how to do things. I teach younger people how to do things every day. It's based upon experience. It's based upon seat time. If I have something to offer, then I'm more than willing to offer it to people. Period. End of story. No matter what it is.
Every day.
If you're asking me if I could ever see myself as a booker, hell no, not a chance.
You got to promise me you'll come here and do a guest booker with me one time. If that does happen, you just come deconstruct and all that kind of stuff.
Never. Because it's never going to happen.
Thank you again.
It's an honor and a privilege, man.
We'll be back soon.